Gene Hackman, remembered as one of Hollywood's most powerful screen legends, was more than just an actor. He was a force of nature whose career spanned over 4 decades and whose performances in classics such as The French Connection and Unforgiven left an indelible mark on cinema history. Yet behind the awards, the fame, and the unforgettable characters lived a man whose story carried shadows far deeper than the polished image presented on screen. And it is within those shadows that the tragic details of what many call his metaphorical autopsy report are found. Details not about the body of a man, but about the fragments of a life lived in pain, silence, and eventual retreat from the spotlight. Born in 1930 in San Bernardino, California, Hackman's early life was shaped by hardship when his father abandoned the family, leaving wounds that never fully healed and instilling in him a toughness that would shape both his personality and his craft. But beneath the surface, he carried scars of abandonment and longing that followed him into adulthood, hidden behind a hardened exterior. When Hollywood finally came calling, Hackman's talent exploded onto the screen, and audiences were captivated by his raw intensity and ability to embody both rage and vulnerability. But even as he rose to the top of his profession, earning critical acclaim and adoration worldwide, he struggled with the weight of fame, bitterness over industry demands, and the quiet loneliness that haunted him when the cameras stopped rolling. And by 2004, in a move that shocked fans, Hackman retired from acting altogether, leaving behind a silence that felt to many like a death in itself, an absence that echoed louder than any final performance. In this sense, the so-called autopsy report becomes a metaphor, revealing a heart weighed down by exhaustion, a spirit scarred by years of Hollywood's relentless pressures, and a man who, despite being celebrated and admired, longed more for peace than applause. And though his body remained, his absence from the screen marked a loss of something profound for his audience. The tragic details are not measured in blood or bone, but in the silence left behind, the sudden halt of a career that still had so much to give. Raising questions fans continue to ask: was his departure driven by disillusionment, heartbreak, or simply the unbearable burden of living up to a legend he never felt he truly was? And while the truth may never be fully known, what emerges is the portrait of a man of contradictions, brilliant yet weary, celebrated yet scarred, immortal in film but achingly human in life, a reminder that even icons carry burdens unseen. In the end, Gene Hackman's story is not defined by his death but by his decision to step away, leaving fans to mourn not just the end of his career but the silence that followed, and reminding us that sometimes the greatest mystery of a legend is not how they died, but why they chose to walk away.